So, one of the things I finished recently, it's this right here, and I'll show you before and after. It's a pillowcase type thing, but I don't sleep with it on. So this is the pillow that I sleep with for my head. And this is a satin pillowcase. I got a set of 2 from Walmart. They were on sale for $5. I like sleeping with a satin pillowcase because it's just easier on my hair. I don't have as bad of bed hair in the morning. But if you look at it's pretty, but it doesn't go with, my style. My style is kind of, warm colors and earthy and such. I'm going to talk about this white part of the doors here in just a second. That's another thing I want to show. But anyway, so I made this for daytime for when I have the bed made. And I just want it to kind of go better. So let me put it on and then we'll jump back on. Hold on. Okay, so now this is on that pillow. And I just feel like it goes better. The orange goes with, the bedspread and the shams. The black kind of plays off the black in various places in the van. The kind of, light color here and here kind of play off the bamboo edging there. And the green, there's green in various places in the van. So I just like that a lot better. Okay, let me get the thing that I want to show you that has to do with the white. Hold on. So what I'm going to do, I ordered these Enchanted Forest decorative papers from Temu, and I'm going to decoupage them. I'm going to take these outside so you can see them a lot better, but I'm going to decoupage, and there's also, I'm going to decoupage all the white with this here, just so that like my bed area kind of looks like a little cozy hobbity enchanted reading nook. Okay, all right, see you in a second. Okay, we're outside. Hopefully the lighting is okay. I'm in the shade underneath a pine tree, and it's pretty breezy today, so I'm hoping the sound is okay, and I'm hoping the lighting's okay. I'm just going to get right into it. So I have several things that I've finished that I want to show. I haven't been on here much lately. I've been covering extra shifts at work. I'm an in-home caregiver, and I did some travel recently. Battling the heat, getting over that. We're out of the woods on that, I think, hopefully. We may have another heat wave or two, but yeah, thank goodness. So anyway, let's get to it. So one of the things I finished is a Posable Frog, and I will link all the patterns that I can. I made this for my oldest daughter. I purchased the pattern on Etsy, and she plans on doing stop motion animation with it. It has wire in the arms and legs, and it is crocheted. I used drops alpaca just to give it kind of that higher quality look. So there's that. And I made him a pumpkin costume. Here's the part that goes on his body, and here's the hat part. And I'll see if I can put it on him. I'm at the lake. There's a boat going by. Let's see. So one of the reasons it took me a while to film is because I wanted to paint my nails kind of Halloweenish a little bit. Like I was going to do black with little pumpkins. And I ordered nail polish for like $1 or $2 a bottle. And it took forever for the green to come. Then when it finally came, it was too runny and it wouldn't dry. So I nixed that idea. All right, so here's his pumpkin costume. And then these are so that my daughter can kind of attach it to him. She's crafty, so she'll have there's the hat part of the costume. And this is also drops alpaca. I hope the lighting's okay. Okay. Then also with drops alpaca. So this is supposed to be a bag buddy, but I don't think his arms are long enough. You're supposed to attach his two hands somehow, but I don't think his arms are long enough. So he's got little overalls on, let me see. And this is also drops alpaca. Those little overalls there, yeah. So what, Frog and Toad? Which is one of my daughter's favorite book series from when she was a kid. Okay. So there's those. This, I'm gonna send to a gal named Tammy. She has a YouTube channel. Her channel is one of my favorite channels. Her channel is Tammy, and then the vertical, not the backslash or the forward slash, but the vertical slash. Tammy vertical slash crafty mompreneur. And she is, so people are making these. She didn't write the pattern, but she gave a link for the pattern and sending them to her. And I think she's going to put them together in a blanket. I don't know if she has decided yet what she's going to do with the blanket, but yeah, this is, these three colors, and then there are two other colors. It's a mandala cake, but I took what I needed to make that. Gosh, I don't know about the lighting. Yikes. Okay, so there's that. I recently had my people walking by. My Decade Divas reveal. So I won't linger on this, but this is another thing I was working on. My Decade Divas project. My Scene boots, bell bottoms, poncho, and a straw hat on a Dollar Tree Barbie. So there's that. My Decade Divas post came out September 27th on my channel. All right, so another thing, so something that I do, I have a friend who edges fleece blankets for foster kids. and I help her with that when I can. And we use a skip stitch to poke the holes. And on this particular one, I went every other hole, and I use a 2.5 millimeter, even though it's a 4-weight yarn. I think I'm showing you the wrong side. Did a granny cluster the first round, and then I upped it to a 6.5 millimeter hook for the second round, and did a second round of granny stitch. And I mentioned, I tried to post a video and it wouldn't go up. Never mind. Anyway, it's 1.5 yards of the extra wide fleece fabric. Yeah, and so the other two, which I've already given to her, but one of them was a black and white buffalo check plaid, and we put black granny stitch. And you know, black yarn, it's doable when you're doing the granny cluster because you're never working into stitches. You're working into the spaces between the clusters. So, I mean, I did have to have good lighting, but it wasn't impossible. But the 2.5 millimeter hook allows me to get in these little holes easily for the first round. Then the other one I recently did, but I've already turned them in, I think it had kind of a gray background, but it had red dinosaurs, green, blue, and yellow dinosaurs all over it. And I think we put, maybe there might have been orange dinosaurs, because I think we put an orange trim around the edge. So yeah, that just kind of, you know, it's just to kind of help foster kids, and they get to keep their blanket. Just kind of help them through that very difficult time of when they're first removed from the home. Yeah. Okay, showed that. Another thing I finished is my second granddaughter's, I call it the Kai blanket. So if you can tell, right around here, so up to here, I held white with Kai yarn. This is the Kai yarn. I held a strand of white Soft Secret, but when I went back to Hobby Lobby to get one more skein, they were out of white. So they had a real soft pink. So I'm like, well, I need to finish this blanket. I just need to finish this blanket. And so I decided to go for it and use pink. So it does kind of look different. But anyway, yeah. So this is, it's heavy. But my daughter says that my grandbaby likes heavier blankets on her. But yeah, and I said, you know, she could even just use it as something to put on the floor to play on and lay on and such. So there's that. What else? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What was the other thing I wanted to show? I hope that's it. If not, I'll tack on more to this video. Okay, so the decoupage on the inside of the back doors of my van. I got these from Temu, and it's like enchanted forest style. I'm going to show you some of my favorites. these. Isn't that pretty? There's some that, which you'll see. Not sure how it'll look, but I think it'll definitely be better than just the white metal. Maybe I'll hold them up for longer so you can have time to look at them. Now we're getting into the ones that are trees, little houses inside trees. Isn't that pretty? The lanterns. And I'll fussy cut them, you know, just so that I get my favorite sections of each paper. The owls. So, like this fox here, I had to do this with some of the animals. I had to take a extra fine point felt pen and make the pupils black because they were like lit up and it looked really weird. But there is one where they're lit up and it looks appropriate. Here's another where I blacked in the pupils so it wouldn't look scary. You can see that. This one's one of my favorites. Oops, sorry. This is one of my absolute favorites. Oh my gosh. Look at all those lanterns. It's so pretty. Okay, here's several foxes with their eyes fixed. Here's one where it's owls, and this is what the eyes look like, but I think it looks cool on this one. So imagine the ones where I put black on the pupils. That's what they looked like before. So imagine a fox with lit up eyes. That would be weird. What's this one? I like this one, kind of English Tudor style. Isn't that pretty? Here's another one of my favorites. Oh my gosh, look at that. I wonder what language those ladies are speaking. It's not Spanish. I like this one because the off in the distance over there. This one's got a lot of warm orange, yellow, glowy light. This one's really pretty. I think the tree is really pretty in the blue, the periwinkle blue sky in the background. Looks like it might be a full moon or something this night. Oops, sorry. That was pretty. I probably have more than I'm going to need because the back doors have windows in them, but I'll definitely show the after. And when I'm going to get to that, I don't know, because I was going to get I'll talk about my whips that I'm working on that I need to finish before Christmas. I just love looking at these. I can just kind of get lost in here and imagine being in this world. These big old trees. This one's neat. Some greens in this one. I won't be surprised if that one looks pretty much the same. I won't be surprised if I end up decoupaging other areas of the van. This one's really pretty. Just to fill in spaces. This one's really pretty. These lanterns are really kind of elven looking. Reminds me of Lord of the Rings, the Elven Kingdom, the lanterns, that style. Now this one, I love it. Unfortunately, it has this watermark right here, this word. But I love this little hut over here and just everything. The walkway leading up to the door. Look at the little dormers, all these little dormers up here. So cute. Temu is where I got these. This is pretty, this tree. I love trees. Here's another one. This reminds me of Halloween night. There's another pretty one. It's like there's some lights like flying around, like maybe there's a lot of fireflies or something. The wind died down, which is nice. I probably shouldn't say anything, it'll pick up now. Up here it comes. It's kind of interesting. Look at how there's little lights up in these sections of the tree where the animals are. I love the pathway leading to the door in this one. See that? Oops, sorry. Now these are kind of a different, they have a different look. So they're not like the glowy, it's nighttime look, but nevertheless, they're fun. Another one, so cute. You can just, ooh, look at this one. This is one of my favorites. You can just step into this world and escape adulting for a bit. Isn't that a cool style? Love that one. This one's fun. How many more do we have? 3 more. Nope, 4. 4 more. I'll put a little disclaimer at the beginning of this section. If you're working on a project, it might annoy you to have to look, or you know, to look up every 3 seconds. These have a very storybook look to them. This kind of has an Art Deco look, or Tiffany's look. This is the last one. Okay, I think that's all I have to show. And then I also wanted to just kind of tell you guys, so I tutor my nephew 2 afternoons a week. He's an adult male with autism. He lives at home with my sister, his mom. My sister's his mom, and his dad, my brother-in-law. And so 2 afternoons a week, one day, one of those days, we do math, puzzles, Legos, things like that. He has really taken off with the Legos. He loves the Legos. And then the other day we do language arts. I take him to a little horse farm and he can feed the horses apples. And we do, he's reading Harry Potter to me, loves that. Well, one of the things his mom got him for Christmas last year, she checked with me first to see what I thought. And I said, we can give it a try. We won't know until we try. She got him the Harry Potter and Dobby crochet kit. He does not crochet, but I'm going to try and teach him. And the first thing we're going to do, I had her order. We're not going to dive right into the kit right off the bat. I'm going to teach him with something simple, beginner friendly, so he can get a feel for how to hold the hook and the yarn and all that. I had her order the Red Heart crafting assorted pack. So I think you get like 12 colors, and they're smaller skeins, you know, maybe like 5-ounce skeins or something, 12 colors. What I'm going to have him do is so Harry Potter, at Hogwarts, the kids are sorted into houses, Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, and Slytherin. So we're going to get and each house has its colors, team colors. So I'm going to have him do a strip about like this. We're going to make a Harry Potter house colors pumpkin. So it's just back and forth for about that wide or whatever. I'll find a pattern. You know, in every, 4 rows or however many rows, I'll have them change to a different house color. So Gryffindor is scarlet and gold, yellow. Hufflepuff is black and yellow. Ravenclaw is, in the books, Ravenclaw is blue and bronze, but in the movies, it's blue and silver, but we use gray. And Slytherin is green and silver, but we'll use gray. So I think that's 6 colors. Red, yellow, green, blue, and then black and gray. Okay, so it'll be a striped pumpkin in the Harry Potter house colors. But yes, I'm sure the yarn has arrived. I was gone last week. So that's something coming up. And, oh yeah, and my whip list. So I have 4 things on my whip list that I want to finish before Christmas. One is a tote that I actually started almost 2 years ago, and then I moved and it got put away and all this, and I want to get it done. It was supposed to be a birthday present for my daughter-in-law. So I probably won't give it to her as a Christmas gift because I'm not crocheting gifts this year for Christmas. I did was it last year? Anyway. But once I get it done, I will give it to her because I was supposed to give it to her. My intention was to give it to her for her birthday like over a year ago. So it's a granny square tote. So one side of the tote is one big granny square. The tote, it's like that, and it has a crossbody strap. And then the other side is 4 granny squares joined together. And I used the cake that these colors came from, and the other 2 colors in the cake are gray and like a dark burgundy red. So if you can imagine that, but I'll show it when I get it done. I'm done with the crochet part, but I want to line it so that it doesn't stretch as she uses it. And so I'm actually hand sewing the lining because in the van I don't have my sewing machine set up. It would be possible, but yeah, just not doing it. I'm just hand sewing it. But the crochet tote thing, the bag has like a 3-inch, so it's the front, the back, and then a 3-inch section, and the strap goes all the way. Anyway, I'll show you when I'm done. So that's my next priority. Then a velvet teddy bear for my grandbaby, the one that I'm giving this to. I'm going to make it with the chocolate brown Premier just chenille yarn from Dollar Tree. I think I have like 6 skeins of it. It's a cute teddy bear, the pattern I got from Etsy. I'll show that when I finish it. And then there's something that I want to make for the gal where I park. I have a friend who has property, and that's where I park at night. for sleeping. I don't park on the street. I park on her private property in the back. She's got a good sized piece of property, very private, very quiet. And yeah, I just pull in there at the end of the day, you know, around sunset, just before or just after sunset, and then I'm gone shortly after sunrise, just so that I'm not in her way in the daytime. I want to make her, it's a mouse in a suitcase. It's a pattern from Etsy. And it's the mouse and the suitcase, and he's got a pillow and a blanket and a robe and slippers and a shirt and a dress. So I guess it's female, a dress, a piece of cheese, a little teddy bear, you know, just a fun little thing. Plus, I have other things that I'm going to give her for Christmas, but I'd like to make that. So I want to get that done. And then the other thing I want to do, Tammy, the Crafty Mompreneur, she put a pattern out for a Minecraft zombie. So my 5-year-old granddaughter loves Minecraft. She and her dad do Minecraft. And so I want to make a plushie, the Minecraft zombie. So those are the 4 things that I am really pushing to get done first before I take on anything new. So, oh, there was one other thing, which I'm just gonna have to put a picture in here. I'll go like this so I can remember where to put it. But I made a pink koala head bag buddy amigurumi toy for my friend's mom, who just moved in with my friend from out of state, and her mom's favorite color is pink and her favorite animal is the koala. So I'll put that picture in here, showing that. I made that in the summertime. But yeah. Is that it? I think that's it. If not, I'll add on to the end of this.